There's just like I just got blood work done. So like for the first time in not a long time, like probably longer than I should have gone, but it was less than a year.
Wicked, wicked, wicked.
I just feel really calm at the fully lengthened.
Wicked, wicked, wicked.
The longest road is probably consistency over time.
Wicked, wicked, wicked.
Just because I don't really perceive things to be changing that much. Like I'm kind of there's stuff I need to work on, and there's stuff I need to like fix, but there's nothing really crazy. My kidneys are perfectly fine. They're actually really good, which is shocking, as shocking to me as anyone that they're fine. But it's just like normal stuff that all bodybuilders seem to have, or guys that are taking stuff like my hematocrit is high, red blood cell count's a little high, but like it's just like at the upper range of the range, right? I don't know what it is for everyone else in the States and shit, but in Canada it's like whatever that range is. So like understand that, and like all guys who are bigger and muscular sometimes have, not all the time, but a good amount of times have issues with blood pressure and shit like that, just because you're carrying a lot of weight, you're putting a lot of stress in your body. A lot of the bigger guys have sleep apnea, not breathing properly when they sleep. I'm one of those people. Well, like, I mean, I understand all that stuff, and it's good to be proactive and good to like keep an eye on yourself because you want to live as long and as healthily as you can and whatever. But just this like trend that's happening now in light of all this stuff that's happening with various bodybuilders, it's very sad they're passing away. There's maybe heart issues or whatever it might be that's caused them to pass away or have complications, right? But it's like, it's all this, everyone all of a sudden is villainizing like being muscular after a certain age. And it's just like, I don't understand that. Like, yes, I understand like there's no need for someone to be, let's say there's no need for Cutler Jay to be as big as he was when he was winning Olympia. Like obviously, who wants to be that big walking around? It's not comfortable. Not even to have to do with the health side effects that there may be. It's not comfortable. And if there's no need to be that big, why be that big, right? But there's also a point where it's like you can still be muscular. You can still be more muscular than the average person. You can still look like a bodybuilder, and it's not going to kill you. Like, do you understand? Like, just the simple fact of looking like that and living like that and living your life in that way and trying to look that way aesthetically is not going to kill you. It's almost like people are saying, like, just by proxy of you being big, you're going to have health complications and you're fucked up. You're going to kill yourself. It's like, no, that's not true. Like, there's plenty of guys and girls, ex-athletes, ex-female bodybuilders who are still carrying a good amount of muscle mass and still take care of themselves and are still enhanced, let's say, and TRT or whatever it might be, just to keep themselves feeling optimally. And they're not just dropping like flies, guys. Like, they're not just like one day they walk in the gym and drop dead after a squat session. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a healthy thing to have a more muscular, lean body. Like, not to the point where you're shredded at 3% body fat on stage and dehydrated. No, I'm talking about like a healthy body composition where like you're at a healthy body fat level for your age and height and weight and all this stuff, like for your different demographics of everybody. But it's like all these people now are just living in this constant fear of like dropping dead from bodybuilding. And it's like, I don't know where that came from. It's like, I don't hear about like 3 car accidents in a day, like on the news, or people I know, one guy getting like a bender, other guy getting a head-on collision, and like I'm afraid to drive my car anymore. I'm just like, I'm not living that way. So it's like, and it seems to be like this trend that like as soon as something happens, everyone wants to jump on the trend. Whether it's this bodybuilding station or this bodybuilder talking about this, and it snowballs into everybody wanting to talk about the thing that's happening at the time. And right now it's like heart health and bodybuilders dropping dead. But like, if anyone has a brain in their head, there's also something else going on right now that's happening in line with all that. And if anyone, you can't fill in the blank on that as to what's happening or what people are injecting in their bodies, you might want to look at the correlation between those two things, especially because the correlation with the one thing is an exact side effect of that thing is heart problems. So it's like, if you're injecting that kind of stuff into a person that already has predetermined issues or pre-existing conditions with heart complications, cholesterol, plaque buildup, whatever it might be, you're almost exacerbating that. So we need to make sure that like we're not blaming the sport before we're looking at other factors that might be contributing to these issues that are happening. Because it's just like, you can't just be like, to tell people like being muscular after a certain age, like once you turn 40, you better just drop half your body weight and become a skinny bitch and fucking do nothing. It's like, understand the risks, keep an eye on yourself, like get tests done to make sure everything's going on internally is good, like your blood pressure's good. There's the calcium score tests and stuff like that me and Antoine have been talking about, and to get blood work done regularly and catch stuff before it might become an issue. Or if it's becoming an issue, then you know how to back away from that stuff and like pull back, like take a different route to like keeping yourself enhanced or keeping yourself muscular, like do stuff that's not going to be so harmful to you, right? So it's like, but this whole thing of like, it's like every station you go on right now, and like I understand it and I get it. It's news and it's something to talk about because there's not much to talk about in this sport. It's like everybody is villainizing being muscular after a certain age. But it's like, or like guys growing too fast, guys getting too big too quick. And I understand that is an issue. That is creating an environment for bad things to happen. Maybe not right now, but later on in life. Like you're kind of stressing the body, which we all know catches up to you in the end, right? So I understand the concern these people have in guiding people towards the right path. But it's like, at the same time, it's like you can't also just go around telling people that like, oh man, once you're done competing, just drop all that muscle and look like a bitch. Just become a fucking Pilates expert and just like, you know what I mean? Like, don't care about like, why am I gonna stop caring? If I stopped caring about bodybuilding that easily and I didn't enjoy coming to the gym, I never enjoyed it to begin with. So why are you doing that? Like I don't bodybuild anymore, I don't compete. I still come to the gym every day and work out because I genuinely enjoy being here. And if I wasn't getting filmed right now, or I wasn't on YouTube or Instagram and people like were aware of who I was, I would still be here every day. If I wasn't here, I'd be at a boxing gym boxing. I don't film myself boxing. But it's like, you know, if you enjoy this sport and you like being muscular and you like having a certain aesthetic look to yourself, it's okay. Stop letting people villainize it. Just be aware of the risks that are present and that could happen, and keep an eye on it. It's not like it needs to be this overwhelming thing, like every time I'm gonna go back on, this is like the last time. I could fucking die this time. It's like, no, man. And to like really, to get people thinking like that is a very like anxiety-centered approach to bodybuilding, right? It's like everything you do, you're concerned is harming you. Everything you do is leading you towards an early death. Like that's terrifying. Why would you want people to think that way? It's like, when all it takes is just like, yeah, encourage people to get blood work done, encourage people to get various tests done to look at their heart health and kidneys, liver, whatever it might be that they need to keep an eye on. Maybe they have genetic predispositions to kidney problems or whatever it might be. But that doesn't mean stop living your life. And it doesn't mean that those issues just magically go away if you stop being muscular or you stop going to the gym and caring about yourself. No one's saying that you should walk around at like 305 pounds all the time being fucking jacked out of your fucking skull and juiced to the moon, right? But like I'm walking around between 290 and 300 all the time, not trying to. I don't eat like a bodybuilder. I don't eat as much as a bodybuilder. I don't fucking come in here and kill myself every fucking day. But I come in here and I know when my body's had like a good workout, and I leave. And there's nothing wrong with that. Until I get people that are scared, like, oh Mike, you're concerned, like you're almost 300 pounds and you're this and that. Are you gonna scare you're gonna drop dead? No, I don't walk around thinking I'm gonna drop dead because I'm naturally this weight. I've just been this weight for like over a decade. It's not like if I have issues, all of a sudden I drop down to 250 and they're all gone now. Like, yeah, the blood pressure might lower, or like this might go down, but it's like I've still stressed my body. So why don't I acclimate myself to being in a position that I want to be in terms of my physique, and then just learn how to live healthy in that range. Do I ideally want to be 300 pounds? No, but I'm also not trying to be 300 pounds. And I also do 30 minutes of cardio a day, sometimes 40 minutes a day walking, and I train and I do all this stuff. So I'm trying to keep myself moving and my heart moving and my cardiovascular system pumping. But it's like, I'm also not gonna walk around here and think that like, oh, I got more muscular, it's just another year off my life. If you're so scared of getting muscular, why the fuck are you in the gym? Like, what are we here for?